the BS that can come with this business, far as untrue rumors, and just how it be shady characters, whether they artists or executives in this business, and who can tend to try to derail your career and sabotage. Now it's a lot of stuff that go with this stuff, and in that aspect, for us the shady business, nah, I don't appreciate all that. You know what I mean? But far as the music and selling millions of records and having radio hits, I feel like I did a great deal with that. They look at that different. If they not seeing you at these award shows all the time, on the radio all the time, they like, well, where's he at? What's wrong? But what was wrong was a lot of sabotaging and bull crap in this industry. Nobody hit me and invite me into no hip hop 50 years things. Nobody hit me and invite me into none of that. So what I'm concerned about is 20 years of jackpot. That's what I'm concerned about. I'm not really concerned about 50 years of hip hop.
Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up. Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up. Roll my blunt and pass my life.
Family, what up? We're back. Shout out to Jay Marvelous. He did a nice piece on Chingy. I know y'all remember Chingy. Right there, all that stuff. I know y'all remember, bro. Jay Marvelous just uncovered that it was Ludacris that was the one that did this Sydney Starr thing, allegedly. It's in this in these clips we're gonna review and react to. Now, apparently bro wanted to leave or it was something like that, and they had some disputes, and this took away his value. The Sydney Starr, she's an ex-boy, and y'all got the rest. But we're gonna tap into a clip on her and a few other things. Look at how diabolical this is. Let's go.
His first debut album, Jackpot, would go on to be 3 times platinum and reach #2 on Billboard charts. He would continue to rise up in fame with songs like One Call Away, Baller Baby, and Pulling Me Back.
Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back, me back.
At this time, Chingy would be disturbing the P cash cow. But once he got wind that Ludacris was taking his money, he left the label.
Now, throughout my first album and throughout the whole journey, which I wasn't complaining because things were going great. I never had an own lawyer. I never had a lawyer, my own lawyer. I used to go with Shaka to the lawyer office. So I'm not here to say nobody was doing nothing foul because he had me around. As a young kid, matter of fact, I don't even know. I can't tell you if I needed a lawyer or not. I don't know. I just knew things were going great. I'm doing what I love to do. In my personal bank account, I got hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm making money. I got accounts over here. Life is great. I left the business to Chaka Zulu, who was handling it. Right? So, my mother, may she rest in paradise, she thought I needed a lawyer for myself. So she went and got this lawyer. I ain't gonna say his name, but he was from St. Louis. And after a while, when he went over the contracts and everything, this is who started saying disturbing the peace was stealing from me. Not me. I never said it.
Now, he just said something that stood out to me. He makes the mistakes, he made the mistakes that a lot of artists make. And while things are going good, they don't worry about nothing. This dude said he was even going to the meetings with Luda's manager, Shaka. He was going to the meetings with dude and still getting played out of money. How? He said that he never had his own lawyer. That's the biggest mistake you can make. One of the biggest mistakes you can make when dealing with labels, allegedly, and this is just what some people say, but they say you want your own lawyer, so they got your best interest in mind. when you go with these label lawyers, they're more prone to do what fits for the label. And then you, and probably the label, them, then you gotta be wary of it. These people may want you, they may talk about all this money they got for you, but it ain't nothing but a bank loan. And once you're in the red, you usually stay in the red and then get shelved. Check out what they did to Chingy.
Shortly after leaving Disturbing and Pete, they would try to damage Chingy's career. In 2010, Chingy would be spotted out taking a picture with Sydney Starr, which in his defense would sabotage his career.
So, what's poppin'? It's morning here in St. Louis. Nigga just woke up. But got people hitting me up. I wake up to people hitting me up about some bull radio show on Media Takeout saying some bull. So we go here. We on Media Takeout right now. Go back up to this little thing. This bullshit. First of all, they know they way out of line for this stupid bullshit. I like the way you stick it back there. Like, what the is that? That's funny. That's funny. And then they say radio show claims to have evidence of rapper Chingy's secret lifestyle. I don't have a secret lifestyle, my like what is you talking about? Now, I didn't know somebody could hate it that much to where they will actually go and make this up and put this on some like this. Like, you know, that's just out of line. That's just out of line to even put some up like that, knowing that you telling a lie. Knowing that you sitting there telling a lie about it, like, so that's just basically some to do. So them first and foremost, and the trans who they trying to say that happened with, I don't even know that person. Never seen that person day in my life. Only thing that person knew was my real name. And who don't know my real name? I say my real name in my rap, so everybody know I'm Howard Bailey, of course. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's just some funny.
You got this much hate for a person to where you do a whole smear campaign that ruins their entire future. Now, this is the thing. If that scenario were to take place today, his record sales would probably skyrocket. But it was a different terrain back then, I'll say that. It was very different. And being in today's present time versus back then, it's a really, 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 really big difference. They used to use the FA word and the SIS word and all type of words, the Q word, all type of words that they don't use anymore because it's, to me, a hypersensitive society. That's just my opinion. They call it these letters, I call it hypersensitivity. And then just to add the point that they mix the letters with the fist and the colors and yeah. But check this out. The Sydney Starr chick came out and she made it clear to the world after almost a decade and a half that she was lying. The damage has already been done. And if I were bro, I'd be suing for defamation her, and I'd sue Luda and them for defamation too. This messed up this dude's life, livelihood, lineage. Come on, man. That's not the move.
Later on down the line, information would come out that Sydney Starr was lying. She would do an interview with Adam 22 and admit that DTP sent her to damage Chingy's career.
Did you ever see all the drama that Chingy got into, like with the whole Sydney Starr situation?
No, I did not. I know. That was a surprise to me too. I found out really off of a blog site that she was kind of coming out the box and saying some things about some artists, and Chingy was included.
Break it down what happened with Chingy, because a lot of people are new and they're watching.
I was young. I was 19. I was a backup dancer. You know a lot about that, Amber. We being backup dancers. So I was working for a show that was with Shauna the rapper, DTP. No, not DTP. God, Shauna, get Shauna.
Timberland.
Yeah, no.
Wasn't Shauna?
Ludacris.
She was the one in Ludacris' group. Oh, yeah.
So I was working with her. I was on tour.
There wasn't a girl in the same Lunatics,
I was on tour with Shauna.
Oh, yeah, I remember Shauna. Sorry,
I was on
Shauna.
tour with Shauna.
I know you. I'm sorry.
So what happened was I was on tour with Shauna, and Chingy opened up for one of the shows. And I I always had a big crush on Chingy. So the thing was, I wanted to get a picture, and you know, he was very welcoming.
And then you posted it and lied to the world and told everyone
meeting Chingy.
What do you do when after almost a decade and a half, this person comes out and say that they were lying? What can you do? For real, for real. What do y'all think he could have done at the time? Come on, man. Over some disputes, somebody got so mad that they put this rumor in the air and changed this dude's whole life. You gotta be really bitter. It had to be a lot of bread involved, or just a lot of hurt feelings, period. We're gonna check this last clip out. Jay Marvelous is gonna talk about what happened when he spoke out and what he said when he spoke out against the industry, or the PTB, whatever you wanna call it. This is deep, check it out.
Shortly after being frustrated with the industry, Chingy would expose the inner dealer. He would do an interview with Vlad TV and talk about the people who run the world. Now he broke the oath.
In the chorus, you said, "Got them Gentiles busting at me." Now, a Gentile, from what I understand, is a non-Jew.
But Europeans.
Europeans?
Yeah, Gentiles. They not Jews. They worship Saturn. That's what Satan is, just Saturn in the Bible. And we talking about the Vatican and all of them. They worship Satan, and that's Saturn. Gentiles are not. But when you think about it, Jews come from the Judah. So even the people who think they Israelites, yeah, you still of that because you're born in one of those zodiacs. So you still of that, but you taking it literally, and you're not supposed to take it literally. Even in the Bible, it says these are allegory. You know what an allegory is? It's a made-up story that got a deeper meaning.
So you said that the Vatican worships Satan.
The Vatican worships Saturn. The Vatican worships Dagon, a fish god, and it goes back to. You know, if you ever know anything about the Assyrians and the Sumerians, and if you know anything about that, Dagon was this fish god. And the Vatican, you gotta always look at things with knowing that they have a deeper meaning. Like I spend every day studying this stuff. Even from the robes that they wear, them black robes in the churches, you see I forgot what they call, but you see the priests and stuff wearing them black robes. Those robes represent Saturn. They'll never tell you this. And I ain't finna even get really too deep into all that.
Shortly after dropping this information, Chingy would be blacklisted from the industry. In a recent interview with TMZ, he would talk about the hardships of trying to be accepted in the music business.
The BS that can come with this business, as far as untrue rumors, and just how it be shady characters, whether they artists or executives in this business, and who can tend to try to derail your career and sabotage. Now it's a lot of stuff to go with this stuff, and in that aspect, for us the shady business, I don't appreciate all that. You know what I mean? But far as the music and selling millions of records and having radio hits, I feel like I did a great deal with that. They look at that different. If they not seeing you at these award shows all the time, on the radio all the time, they like, well, where's he at? What's wrong? But what was wrong was a lot of sabotaging and bull crap in this industry. Nobody hit me to invite me into no hip hop 50 years things. Nobody hit me and invite me into none of that. So what I'm concerned about is 20 years of jackpot.
You got to make all this make sense, y'all. But this is that field of work that they like to be in. A lot of them dream of this field of work as a child, and when they get into it, they feel like they achieve their dreams until they don't follow the script. You gotta follow that script, y'all, if you're gonna go in that line of work. Now, I still think Chingy needs to get some kind of get back. He does. Legal get back. He really does. Dude had a budding, blossoming career that was snatched from him. Totally snatched. Anyways, like the video. I'm out. Peace.